Let's make sure everything's working. There we go. And there we go. We are all rocking and rolling. Man, much tired, I tell you what. So, yesterday I got my Imperium magazine stuff, opened it all up, and built some of it up last night. So, I've got Mr. Space Marine here. I put a bunch of pouches on this one, because I figured I'd do him in, like, Imperial Fist colors and give him a bunch of, like, pouches and stuff, and that'd be rad. And then I got this guy here that I had some ornamentation to. He's got some purity seals and some other little gubbins. And then I got this guy here. He's got a shark helmet. That's about it. And when I paint him up, I'm going to cover all this in like little sketchy drawings. Should be pretty sweet. So that's the big bruiser guys. Then I built up this, which is the special edition Imperium only model. Really cool pose, actually. I tried giving him a lady head, but all the lady heads I have are too small. Even the ones for the Stormcast Eternals are too small for the Space Marine. They just look weird. So I'm going to keep searching, because I want to make this one a lady. I got all that built up, and then I got some of this badass terrain. God, sorry, there's a little bit on there. So, this is 6mm terrain for Battletech, and it's just fucking great. Like, I've literally spent a year trying to find 6mm terrain that I like to print for Battletech, and I found this, and it's phenomenal. And the really nice thing about it is that it comes pre-hollowed with no bottom, so there's no like wavy, bendy bullshit, right? Like what happened with all that other terrain I printed, where all the bottoms got like weird and wavy. But yeah, it's fucking great. I love it. So I have basically a whole little city of it printed right now. This is the stuff that's gone for one last cure, and it's pretty much ready for painting now. And all these little like pipes and the like water towers and stuff, that's all stuff I added too. So like if you print out on their building looks exactly like this, you can put different stuff in. Right? So yeah, it's really fucking cool. So like for example, like this building and that building, they're dupes, right? But they have different stuff on them because I put different stuff on them. So they're really cool. I love this terrain to pieces. I am so happy with it. So like if you look at, so here's like a Centurion, right? And then terrain, right? Give him a bit of cover, right? He can even technically stand on top of it, right? He could be like, right? And go over the top of it. Or maybe he doesn't have room to stand on that one. But like, it's awesome. Just so in love with it. I literally have spent like a year trying to find good Battletech terrain. And then there are these buildings, which are like bigger Mama Jamas. So like much bigger, like easily be cover for the biggest mechs in the game, right? And my plan is to print out a couple more of these, and a couple more of these. I have like at least double this over here, and basically do like a whole cityscape. So it'll be like, maybe this will be in here in the middle, and have like a whole like street thing, right? Right, with a bunch of cover and little mechs can move around it and stuff. Just wonderful. I am so fucking happy with this terrain. I'm not joking when I say I've been literally spent like a year trying to find 6mm terrain that will print well for me. And this is actually a set that will. And it all looks nice together. It's not like crazy different, right? Like these are a little bit more Mexican, and this is a little bit more like Asian, right? This looks like something you'd see in like, I don't know, like Korea or something, right? But like, and these are a little more Mexican, but they don't look terrible by each other. You know what I mean? It's not like one's like super sci-fi building from the space future, and one looks like a fucking like cowboy rodeo house. You know what I mean? So yeah, I am super, super in love with this terrain. I really cannot sing its praises high enough. So, a lot of that's going up on its last spin on the resin machine, just because like the outsides are cured, but some of the deeper insides might not be. Right? Like, but that's still super tiny bit tacky. It's probably okay, but like, you know, it's still tiny, tiny, tiny bit tacky. So, you know, all those, they're not tacky at all. Right, like, you can see some shiny in there, but that's not because it's tacky. It's just because there was wet resin on it when it dried. So, yeah. So I am super in love with these buildings. I'm basically printing a whole table of them to have like a whole city for my little mech guys to fight through. Other updates, I hooked this guy up with some more little resin bits. So he's got some little resin arms and stuff, just so he matches all the other boys, right? Because I thought this would be a fun aesthetic to do to my rats, and make them stand out a little bit from other people's rats. You know? I thought it would just be a fun little aesthetic, so there they are. That's all them. All our rats are done. I have not built the GCPS guys today yet. That is something we could do today, or well, we could build some Chaos Space Marines. But we're probably gonna start off. With these Mama Jamas right here. So this is the Necron Sprue that I got from issue 4 of Imperium. I want to say issue 4. Let's go with issue 4. These are the Scorpack Destroyers. It's basically 3 guys and like a support unit. And they're big, like choppy spider guys that are just amazing, and I love them to pieces. I have a set of them already, and they're the best. So we're gonna probably start off with them. What we're gonna do when we build them is we're gonna build them in 2 parts. So we're gonna build their legs, and then we're gonna build their chests. And that'll at least make them a little bit different from the other guys. There. Probably don't really need these, but I'm going to pull them out just in case. Alright. These are the instructions for our Scorpack Destroyers. Alright, let's build the plasma sight first, I guess. Since we got that instruction right there. But yeah, fucking Imperium's great, man. I will say that new card pack that they're putting out for 40K looks cool. It really does. It goes on pre-order this weekend. I might have to bob down to this shop and tell them to pre-order me one. Because it's basically Maelstrom of War, but for 9th edition. And I want to be excited about 9th edition, and I just can't be because it's been really rough with the rules. And I know this is my brain being like, oh, this one thing, it'll fix it, and it'll make it good again. And it probably really won't. But I really want it to. Because I know it's not going to fix any of the like the real issues 40K has right now with like the codexes and the rules DLC and all that kind of nonsense. But like it might make for some really fun games. I think the secondary objective changing every turn I think is cool. I think that's pretty exciting, and I think could lead to a lot of fun. So I will probably pick a deck up, but debating it. If it was cheaper, I would definitely be picking it up. But for $30, I'm like, am I going to get $30 worth of worth out of this, right? Now the thing is, like, if I ever taught anyone to play 40K, it would probably be the way I would want to teach them, right? Like random like that, because it's just, you can't really plan for it. You can't build your list around it or anything like that. You kind of just have to play what you get, and I think that's more fun. Personally, I think that's much more enjoyable. Right, like, sorry, this guy here, the nub on him is, we're just gonna clip it off, so I don't feel like messing with it, and it's not, we're gonna glue anyway, so it's not mega important that it's there. This guy isn't some, like, massive heavy ass model or anything like that. So. But yeah, kind of cool. The big thing that's making me debate it is the endorsement from Winter's SEO, because he's had a lot of the same complaints I have had about Ninth. Like, basically everything I've said is he's already said. So I don't know. That gives me some hope, right? That gives me some hope. I'm interested in that. We'll see what happens with it, but maybe clipping off that peg was the wrong way to go. There we go. There's just an air bubble to force it out. Or not. I guess I didn't force it all the way out. Excuse me while I hold my bug. Yeah, so that looks really interesting. All the other Elder stuff that's going on for pre-order today, I don't give a fuck about. Do not care. I mean, if you like Elder stuff, rock on. But not my jam. I thought about doing a whole army of the Elder robots, then I decided against it. So I got one really, really, really cheap at an auction. I have him deep behind me. I've shown him off on the channel before. I got him for like a third of the price at an auction. And I'm debating. I was like, oh, I could use him and a couple, and then I have a whole bunch of Eldar robots. And I was like, I don't know. So I'm going to probably turn him into something else. Alright, let's see. Number 11. Let's see. 11, 15, 16, and 17 are the ones that we need. Let's find our legs. So yeah, so it's all just Elder stuff, and then there's cards going in pre-order this weekend. So I might pick up the cards. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. In my brain, I really want to be excited for 40K, and it kills me that the game's in such a bad state that I really can't be. You know, so like, I see these cards and I can like feel it like well up in my chest. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. You know, and I'm like, this isn't gonna fix all the problems. You know, it's not even gonna fix like a third of the problems, right? Like, I can just play open war. And it's basically the same thing. You know, I don't need a card deck for that, you know? But in my brain, I'm like, no, this is good, this is good, this is what we need, you know? Like, but that's just not the case, you know? Just not the case. We got some robot legs. Oh, robot legs. Wow. Robot legs. Ooh, robot legs. It's the wrong side. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. So, okay. Got a little bit of glue in there. That on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the legs as it says here. We're going to put these legs on different guys. Because at least that way there's going to be some variation then between the models. Right? So since I already do have a set of these, I don't want them to be identical. You know, so at least there will be a little bit of variation. That's the mission goal. So, other hobby goals I have for this weekend. I've got, when I did that stream extravaganza, I built a whole army in a weekend. It's on YouTube. And probably Twitch, honestly. I don't know, I never checked Twitch. So when I did that, I basically wound up with a whole army that I have nowhere to put. So I picked up one of those plastic containers. I'm going to put magnets in the bottom of it, and then they're all going to get magnetized. And the container is actually big enough that it's going to hold my Cruel Boys, so that's pretty great. So I'm going to have two armies basically in like a big plastic container. And it should be good. Alright, so that's one set of legs built. I knocked over a Space Marine. Space Marine! Let's see. Right. This guy is 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the lower of whatever the hips are. There we go. So yeah, so my goal is to get that container all sorted out, right? So those models have a home to live in, which will be really good. And if it works good, I'll probably do it for a couple other armies too. Not because I want to like hide my armies away or anything, but because like it's just better than them sitting in some open top container where they could get broken. You know, and it's not what I'll use to go to the game store. I've got a really nice like A case for that, like army case. But it will be really good for just for storage for when they're not being played. Which, I mean, with the COVID numbers going down, should be a lot less, hopefully soon. I should actually be able to play some games, which would be really nice. Looking forward to that. It's weird. I haven't really played in so long. I've got like this weird, like almost I'm brand new trepidation to it. Right? Like I can feel it. I'm like, oh, you know, I don't know the norms and stuff anymore. You know what I mean? Like I've got this feeling to it, and it's just like, ooh, man, what's going on? You know? It's like the first time all over again, sort of thing. You know? Is that in as far as it goes? It doesn't feel like it's in as far as it goes. There we go. Stupid air bubble. So yeah, it's really weird. So probably not next weekend because I'm going to spend the weekend hanging out with my husband. So he's going to be back, so I won't be so lonely, which will be really nice. But the weekend after that, I think I might actually try to get some games in with people, which will be really good. Yeah, I'll try to play some AOS or something. I haven't played AOS in a really long time. And I've got quite a few new armies that I've never seen the tabletop for AOS. I've got Ossiarch Bone Reapers. I've got Vampires. Vampires aren't done yet, but I got them. And I've got my Cruel Boys who've only seen the table once. So, including a lot of models I've never seen the table, like the Big Bird and stuff. I've got him, and he's never been played, so. Alright, last set of legs. There's robot junk. There's the robot junk. There we go. Alright. Alright. So, yeah. Yeah, it's weird. You get this, like this hesitation to do it because you haven't done it in so long, right? And you're just like, oh no, I don't remember any rules, or, you know, I remember them a lot better than I think I do, but it's still like, oh, you know, what if people are mean and stuff? And it's like, you've dealt with this before, like, come on. Like, literally, your first war game ever, the guy you were playing against was cheating. And was, like, a known asshole. Which, I wish someone would have fucking told me, but that's neither here nor there. You know. You know, it is what it is. Ugh. You know, but it's like I've done it before. It's very weird that I have this, like, strange, like, oh no, I can't go and play, you know, kind of feeling. You know? It's like crowds and stuff now are kind of scary. Even now that COVID is, like, not as high as it was. They're, like, kind of scary now. And it's really, that's a really weird, like, thing to think, you know? Like, there's going to be a convention here in about a month called Kawaii Con, and it's like an anime convention thing. But there's a lot of, like, tabletop and board gaming and stuff. And, like, before COVID, I would have fucking jumped at a chance to go to that, right? And have fun and stuff, and meet new people, and now, like, post or during COVID, I don't want to say post COVID because it definitely sure as fuck ain't over yet. I'm like, ooh, man, I don't know. You know, maybe I'll go, maybe I won't. I don't know, you know? Like, you got that, there's, like, that trepidation. And, like, it's just, like, it's still there, and it really sucks. Alright, so let's see. We need 23 and 22 as well. Says someone's car, apparently. Alright. So, this guy... But yeah, it's really weird, just like having that trepidation now, you know, when it wasn't there before. You know, like seeing a line at, like, McDonald's or something and being like, nah, we'll go Taco Bell. You know what I mean? Like, it's very strange. Especially as someone who was, like, used to be, like, mega into crowds. Like, legitimately crowds would, like, calm me down. Now it's really weird that they're like a source of anxiety now. Alright, let's see. This guy. How does this work? Oh, I see. Okay. It's a little weird. You'd think I'd remember that from before, but I did not. Do the hustle. Go. There we go. And that's nice because it'll be a different pose from the other ones. Alright, because this guy is supposed to go on, I think, on these legs. So, He'll have a little bit different pose from the other ones, which will be nice. All right, next up, see what we got. We got. I guess we got to build this guy. So he has to go in a specific. He has to go in this set of legs, if they're going to be different. So. Number 2. But yeah. But anyway, back to the original point. That new deck looks cool. I'm probably gonna pick one up. To be honest, I probably will. Just cause I'm a bitch. And my brain is like, this'll solve things. It'll fix things. And I know it's not going to. But I'm probably gonna pick one up anyway because of it. Right? Because like if I ever wind up teaching anyone, like any of our friends or anything, to play 40k, not that any of them have expressed any interest in that at all, but if that ever happens, teaching them off a deck like that is a much cooler thing to do. My beer's stuck. Than teaching them like off a rulebook. Right, like every time I've taught Warcry, the randomness, people have got a big kick out of it, right? Like casual players, like myself. I don't mean casual like a negative phrase, right? Like I consider myself a casual player. But every time I have, taught Warcry, and I've taught Warcry probably like at least half a dozen times now, probably more like 10. Every time I've taught Warcry, people have got a big kick out of the randomness to it, and just like the weird stuff that can happen, right? So I think the fact that like the objectives change every time would be very interesting to people. And I also like that this kind of stuff is like a different way to play 40k. And I would like to encourage that. Like I would really like to have this same kind of card deck, but for like, I want a book of this. I want it to be a book, and I want it to just be like weird, alternate, like casual fun rolls. And that's what I want. That's like the main thing I want out of 40k. Right? Like, it's basically like house rolls in the book. But because it's in a book, it's a little more accepted. So it'll be like, there's no tactical rerolls. You have alternating activations now. Only measure from the leader. Like all that kind of good stuff. Like all of like modern fucking rules. Yeah, so they got different poses. Poses aren't as dynamic as they are when you build them correctly, but at least they'll look different from the other guys. But yeah, a book that would be like all just casual sort of goof around fun rolls, like, a behavior table for playing by yourself, right? Maybe, stuff like that is really my dream. So having like this new pseudo Maelstrom of War deck, I'm pretty interested in that. Alright. There we go. Alright, last but not least, big Choppy Robot. I guess really they're all big Choppy Robot, but... Come on, there we go. This is the even bigger, choppier robot. Let's see, where's this arm? That's going to plug in there, and this. Oh, weird. Okay, so I screwed this up a little bit. So that one plugs in there, and then that. Fuck! I shouldn't have put glue in it already. I just assumed this arm would plug in normal, but it doesn't. It plugs in behind the head, and the head does that, and then this does this. Like that. Weird. Not what I was expecting. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that, considering I've built these before, but, you know. Always expect to not expect something. There we go. And then this front half goes on. Sunk. Just like that. And there he goes. There's our big guy. Dun 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 dun. Necrons assemble. So yeah, they're pretty rad. Pretty rad. I'm happy to have more of them. And I'm happy there's a way to do easily to do alternate poses. That's really nice, especially considering how dynamic the models are, right? So this way, if you ever get 6 of these, like I now have, they will have all unique poses, which is really cool. So you'll get to 6 before you have any until you have any repeats. All right. Okay. What do we want to build next? Do we want to build Chaos Space Marines? Or do we want to build GCPS? Let's build Chaos Space Marines. I'm going to probably have to look up instructions for them online, so pardon my dust on that one, because I didn't get the instructions from the book for these. So these are the ones from, what's it called? From the new box. This Gatling gun would be really cool if it didn't have this section in it. It was just like a really tight, small Gatling gun. That would be really cool. Alright, what was this, God, there's 3 sprues of these? Jesus, nice. What was this called again? Kill Team, not Pariah Nexus. Kill Team Nachmund, right? Let me see if I can find some instructions. If I can, we'll build these guys. Kill Team Nachmund. Instructions. Da, 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 da. Come on, someone had to have posted them online already. I've got faith in the community. All right. Thank you, Reddit user. What is your name? Thank you, Reddit user Exorzian. You are awesome, and thank you for that. Thank you for giving us instructions. Because I remember these guys not being... Oh shit, is this just the... Okay. Hold on, I apparently clicked on the Void Scarred and not our guys. Not the guys we need. No, these are the guys we need. Where are our guys? Yeah. Dairy kill team. Oh wow, there's an entire Reddit. Hold on, let me show this to you guys. There's an entire Reddit devoted to kill team to instructions. Well, that's cool as hell. Oh, yeah, I guess no. Definitely thank you, Excorsian. You are the person that's giving us instructions. Wow, that's really cool. It's a little hard to see. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna. Oh, you don't have to look at my fat arm. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna pull these up on my phone. And then we don't have to worry about it for the screen for any of you guys. Whoop, shoop. There we go. And then back to Streamlabs. Oh no, Streamlabs, come back. I need you. Ah, there we go. Alright. We figured it out. We have used the modern technology madness to get our self-instructions for our bros here, so that I can have them on my phone so they're easier to see than otherwise. Alright, so let's get rocking. So pretty much this is going to be the standard assembly, which is like, alright, so this one's all arms and backpacks and stuff. We don't need that sprue yet. Which is pretty much just like legs and chests. So this is A80 and A79. The only reason I'd worry about this is because some of these are very unique. And they will clash a little bit with some of the bits, like they'll clip into them. If you don't take it into consideration. So that's the only reason I'm like worried about this. Alright. There's no new bodies or anything on here, right? It's all just bits. Yeah, it's all just bits. Alright, so A80. Yeah, so like see the back of this body here? It contains a bunch of the like butt armor as well. So we're gonna just put the bodies together and glue them on their bases, and then we'll go back, and it'll be easier to put all the bits and stuff on them then. Alright, so A80 and A79. There we go. Here's the base. Oh wait. Crap. 1 second. Ugh. There we go. Problem solved. So all of my Chaos Space Marines, like this guy here, for example, who's very dusty. Hydra Dominatus, by the way. This guy here, and all his dusty glory, they're on these like ship bases, but the They're supposed to be on these flat ones. So, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Coming to the rescue. One of these base sets. I got this from my friend. So, we will take that. Alright. So, there we go. And glue his butt on. Which just goes like that. There we go. Alright. And then, according to the instructions, he can have 80 or 81. And then he gets a bunch of different weapons. I think we'll do 81 because I think I already have a guy with 88. So I think we'll do 81, just so he's different. Yeah, so there we go. Alright, 81 next. And then we will let him sit and dry while we put some others together. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I used that piece previously, so. So yeah, just like with my other cast Space Marines, these guys are going to be Rainbow Warriors again. So all kinds of different orders and chapters and stuff. The two that I did not paint last time, I did not paint the newer Emperor's Children, where they're pink instead of purple. And I did not paint any Night Lords. So I'm going to have to change that. So most of this sprue of 10 guys is going to become Emperor's Children and Night Lords. Alright, so that's that for that one. Let's see, this is how you can put all the different pieces on him. And we got another one. Let's see, we can build. So we're going to use that same fucking. No, it's a different belt. Okay, good. Alright, so 105, 104, and then 106. There's 106 right there. But yeah, the new card pack looks really interesting. And I am on the fence whether or not I'm going to pick it up. But it's the only thing I think it's interesting for many of the pre-orders this weekend. So I don't like Eldari stuff. But moving on to Adepticon, there was a lot of reveals. So legitimately there was more reveals than I expected. So props to Games Workshop for that. There was less stuff that I care about than I would have wanted, but most of it was pretty good. Some of it I'm really confused about, like I don't know why it exists, and some of it was just generally garbage. But most of it was pretty good. So since we're doing 40K, we'll start with the 40K stuff. All the 40K stuff they showed off was pretty cool. I'm a big fan of the Knight. I like Knights anyway. I have a lot of them. I think they're genuinely pretty fun to play, or can be pretty fun to play. And I like the look of it. It is I won't mince words, it is an upgrade sprue, but that's okay because the upgrades all look awesome. The head on it, the head's garbage. Not a fan of the head. Like it's not garbage. That's wrong. It's not an aesthetic I care about. It's got like these weird horns and shit. I don't know. I'm not into it. Alright, so that's how he's gonna go. The weapon's awesome. The tail's awesome. Both weapons are awesome. I love the birds on the carapace. I was really shocked it doesn't have a bird head, right? Like, if you're gonna put birds on the carapace, you think it would have like some kind of monster bird face, you know, like some kind of monster bird skull. But no, right? It's got like a weird like I'm an elephant mask. I don't know. Not into it, but the rest of the model is awesome. Even if it is only an upgrade sprue. Alright, let's see who else we got here. It's just how they'll build the same guy. What is this one? A31, 29, and 30. Alright. But yeah, so the upgrades all are cool. Like, really cool. I really wish they would have put both knights into the same codex. I would have liked to have seen... Because I really like that AOS has been doing that. They've been like condensing these codexes. They haven't done it for everything, cough cough, Fire Slayers. But they've done it for a lot of things. Like the orcs and like stuff like that. And I like that. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of getting a lot of rules in one book. As I look around for my dead zone. Oh wait, I was looking around for my dead zone like faction book that has all the rules for every faction in it in one book. But then I realized it's in bed because I've been reading it before I go to bed because that's how cool that fucking shit is. So, yeah. I would have really liked to see those two codexes turned into one codex. I'm not super happy that they weren't. But it is what it is. The other thing I'm really not happy to see is the FOMO box for them, for the Chaos Knights. Because I would like to pick up the Arminger and the Chaos Knight. But those FOMO boxes are just bad. Like the Beast Negas one just put a really bad taste in my mouth. Like if it was just the FOMO box with no codex and it was like $60 cheaper, I would be like, yeah, man, you should totally buy it. That's going to be a good deal. But like, since it's not, since it's got the codex in there and then the codex is going to release later for other things, I don't know. I don't know at all, man. Not a fan of that. The Beast Negas box, I think the Beast Negas box did me dirty, you know? So, not a big fan of that, but the models look good. The War Dogs, they are the little knights, those are the little ones. They are really cool. One of them's got like a cool crocodile head, and they've got like claw feet, and again, they're an upgrade sprue. But again, the upgrades look really cool, so I can look past it. Like if it was an upgrade sprue with like one new piece on it, get the fuck out of here. But like there's new carapace pieces, there's 2 new heads, there's all new weapons, like there's a lot of differences on there that I would want in a knight. Like new toes, right? Like the new knights have new feet and stuff. Like, you know, there's a lot of differences in there. I can support it then, right? Like even though it's just an upgrade sprue, I can support it. I don't have any troubles with that. Because the upgrades are cool, right? Like, and if it's cool, it's all that matters. So, those will be fun. I would like to pick those up. Maybe not right away, but I would definitely like to pick them up. So that was pretty much it for 40K. It was 2 books that I don't care about, and then some nice models. Let's see. A1, A2, and A3, I guess? A1, A2, A3. Alright, we got that. So yeah, so that'll be a cool model. And the weapons there look really cool, right? Like, it's got that big, like, flail. The tail, I'm, like, mega sold on. Mega sold on that tail. So, yeah. So it looks good. It looks super good. And then what else do we have? I think that was pretty much it for 40K, right? It's just the knights. Oh, there was like a teaser trailer for Chaos. I was not a fan of that. So Chaos, they've been in a really shitty place. I'm not a person that actually really plays Chaos. Like, I've only ever played Chaos in, like, not real 40K, right? Like, my Chaos army that I have is basically just because I really like the models, not because I've ever actually really played them. So I'm not, like, some butthurt person over it, right? Like being like, where's my 2 wounds? You know, that's not what I'm like. However, I will say it felt not good for them to meme on like the Chaos players. Like, you know, because, like, how do I even say this? Like, GW is the reason those people aren't having fun right now, right? With their toys, right? And you should always be able to have fun with your toys. That's the fucking point of toys, right? GW is the reason these people aren't having fun. So, like, GW doesn't get to be part of the joke, if that makes sense, right? Like, they're the person we're making the joke about. They don't get to be part of the joke. So, like, that felt very tone deaf on their opinion. In my opinion, on their part. I was not a big fan of that. It just felt... Yeah, tone deaf's like the only way I can explain it. It's like, you guys don't get to meme here. You are the meme. Like, you know? So, I don't know. I was not a fan of that. They've done that before with other things. Just trying to, like, be part of, like, the Cool Kids Club. And it's like, you guys aren't. You guys, by definition, since you're the ones causing the problems, can't be part of the Cool Kids Club. Like, that's not how that works, you know? So, like, I don't know. That felt very tone deaf. And I was not a fan. Alright, so which one is this one? This one I just did, yeah. 44, 45, 46. Okay. But besides that, they showed off some cultists in there. They showed off some kind of demon prince, it looked like. And a bunch of, like, chaos icons and stuff. I imagine there's going to be some kind of, like, icon bearer guy, because that seems like something they would do. Maybe part of, like, a small, like, 60 mil diorama thing. Which ones am I doing again? $44, $45. All right. You know, that all seemed like stuff they would do to me. So, all right, 44. and 46. Or no, 40, 45. But yeah, I couldn't really spot anything else out of there. There's like a hand holding a helmet. And it's like, whatever. I don't know. Minus the Chaos Trooper guy, I couldn't really see anything else really in that like little preview thing. So I'll just have to wait and see what they show off. I like all the Chaos models. I think they're fun. They have a lot of personality. I like most models. Like, really, like, unless you're a space elf, I probably like your models. And I probably own some of them. Like, just, you know, it's not like I have, like, very limited tastes. Like, it must have sparks, you know? I think there's pretty much a way to make every model cool, except for, like, space elves. Just not a fan of the space elf designs. Oh, no, that's a lie. They're cool when they, like, make them look like Predator. Then they're cool, but otherwise not a fan. There we go. We got running bro here. Running. Put some glue on the tip of this foot, though I don't know if it's on the ground, actually. Alright. There we go. And you can glue down, my friend. Alright. Halfway to their bases. Who's next? Check the list. We've got 54, 53, and 8. Weird. Okay, we can do that. 54, 53, and 8. Alright, where's 8? No, surely it means 55, not 8. Surely. Right? If it's 54, 53, it's got to mean 55. A8. But it looks like number 55 there. I don't even see an 8. There's not even an 8 on the sprue. Alright, it's got to mean 55. It's got to. But yeah, so... let's see, I was saying Chaos looks good. Couldn't really see anything out of there besides... besides Guard. Besides Chaos Guard. And then, yeah. And then you got the 30k reveal, which is... it's cool, you know. Somebody's going to be really excited about that. Of course, it's not me. Now, don't get me wrong. I like the Horus Heresy books. Every one I've read, I've greatly enjoyed. I understand that some of them are stupid and bad, but I've never read those ones, so I like all the ones I've read. I really enjoy them. I think they're really fun. I think the Primarchs are a lot of really neat characters. And I like that the story can move forward rapidly, because that's something that doesn't happen in 40k very often. And there can also be like consequences to actions, which is nice. However, I will say that I'm just not super mega interested in a game that's like Marines versus Marines. Not a big fan of that. Because Marines are cool, but like, I don't know. You can only do so much with just like the standard Marines, like, you know, because these are even like during the Heresy, stuff's even not like that like mutated and stuff. So like you don't really see like the giant demon engines and stuff the way you do later in 40k, right? So like even that's a little like weird. You don't really see, though orcs and stuff exists, like really Horus Heresy is about Marines fighting Marines, like that's what it's about. So I don't know, like it might be neat to do like a whole matching like little Marine force with all the beakies, because the beakies are beautiful. I love them. It might be fun, right, to be like, oh, this is my Thousand Suns force or whatever. Let's see, A64 and what's the rest of that one? 62, 63. Like that might be fun, right? But I don't know. I don't think I'm particularly moved to do that. Though I don't think it necessarily looks bad. I will say the cinematic trailer was fucking awesome. Even if Forrest had some stupid tube up his nose, which looked really dumb. So even despite the stupid nose tube, it looked really cool. Yeah, like he like spears some guy and just like carries him along like it's nothing. And like it's really cool. And you see all like the big mechs walking around and shooting each other, and there's like a captain or something who's fighting some chaos guy, and he's got like the coolest fucking mustache. And I'm like, yeah, that dude's cool, you know? So like there's definitely some really cool shit there, especially in that cinematic trailer, man. Really, really cool stuff in that trailer. However, I'm not particularly interested in the game itself. What I'm hoping, so my hopes and dreams for 30k is that 30k becomes the hyper competitive game, because the units are smaller and because there's less going to get added to it. I'm hoping it becomes the hyper competitive game, and then 40k can become the more casual game. That's in my heart of hearts what I hope happens. 94, 95, 96. I don't know if it's going to, but I hope that's what happens. Like, I hope that because it's easier to balance and because there's less getting added to it, less updates and stuff like that, that it becomes like the hot spot for competitive play. And 40k can become like way more casual. So legitimately we'll probably see, even though all the fucking codexes are probably not going to come out in time, we're probably going to see 10th edition next year. Just throwing it out there. That would be the 3-year cycle. Just saying. I don't want to say it, but, you know, we're probably gonna there it is. So we're probably gonna see that next year. It sucks. It sucks a lot. But you know, I hope when it comes out it is much more focused on casual play and 30K becomes the like ultra competitive. Like this is the like ranked mode for 40K competition. You know what I mean? Like this is ranked play. I hope that's what 30K becomes. But we'll just have to wait and see, right? Just because, and I only say that because I want it to free up 40K from the yoke of like competitive mindset, right? Like stuff should always be as balanced as it can be, but like some of the rules lawyering that's in those codexes and stuff is just not. It's just fucking absurd. Some of the like complexity of some of the rules and stuff is just it's fucking absurd, like completely fucking absurd. Like it is just way too goddamn much. So I'm hoping that 40K can like dial all that shit back from like the 11 it's at right now to like 3, you know. And that Horus Heresy dials that shit up and is like, welcome to the war, son, you know, like it is like the super intense game. But just a wait and see. But yeah, all the models are showing off look nice. The cinematic trailer was awesome. I'm just not super interested in it, just because of my own. It's not my jam. But yeah, what they showed was cool. I'm not gonna say it's otherwise. And that trailer was legit. Let's see, 21, 20, and 22. Ba, 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 ba. So that was 30K. What else did they show off? Oh. I remembered. The best thing in the whole fucking show. Alcohol pigs. No. The alcohol pigs were very cool. The Blood Bowl team they showed off is very neat. It's got a bunch of like Norsemen in it who are like kind of feral, kind of animals. And they have little boars with little kegs on their back that are adorable. They're really cool. However, that was not the best thing. Right? I don't really play Blood Bowl. I'm not a big fan of sports. I mean, look at me. I'm just way too fat and way too gay for sports. But you know, but the Blood Bowl models are always great. Like, I have bought 3 Blood Bowl teams just because the models are awesome, and I've used them for other things. And they're fantastic, like just fantastic. So, fuck yeah, those guys are cool. But the best thing, giant bugs. All right, so real talk. When they announced Ash Waste with the cinematic-y, weird PowerPoint trailer they had for it, I was not excited for it at all. I was like, this is dumb. Like, I like the idea of the Ash Waste, but like, this trailer's stupid, and you guys are just going to do really dumb vehicle combat. And then they showed off one of, and my had probably the worst looking of the like nomad Ash tribe people. And I was like, yep, I made the right pre-decision. This is bad. Oh, this is so bad. And they showed off the box. And my opinion completely changed. So let's see, 11, 10, 12. My opinion completely changed, like a 100% 180, the exact opposite fucking way that box looks amazing. That Necromunda box looks so fucking amazing. So you get 4 of these giant, awesome bug monsters in it with like riders, and they're so fucking cool. You get 10 guys for the Ash Tribe, whatever the fuck they're called. You get 10 guys for the Orlocks, and you get 2 Orlock like 4-wheelers with gunners on the back. And it's really cool. It's super, super fucking cool. Like, oh my god, is it cool. On top of that, you get a mat. I don't care about. But you also get a bunch of like terrain that's like houses up on stilts, and it would look so awesome with the rest of my Zone Mortalis stuff. Like, so awesome to have that like over the walls, with like the walkways going over the walls and stuff. It would be the coolest thing. Literally the coolest thing. I could make the coolest, densest motherfucking board with that terrain. And then you get like the book, and you get the dice and stuff, because it's like a whole like standalone starter set for the Ash Wastes, which is really cool. It's really cool. There's some new dice in there, I think, for the vehicles, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it's just like rock on. It's cool as shit. It's like, yeah. I went from being like, oh man, this Ashway stuff's gonna be lame. That's a shame. I really like Necromunda, you know? I went from that to being like, cool, I'm gonna fucking pre-order that and buy that on launch day. I'm like, I don't even care how much it is. I'm just going to buy that. You know? Like, that's where I went after seeing the full box reveal. Because the bugs are so fucking cool. They're so fucking cool. Oh. But yeah. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We got... Alright. Bum 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 bum. Alright, so here's the boss guy with the weird sword. And here's the weird fire guy. So let's see. He's B23, B24, and B25. And then his chaos icon can go into 143 or 139. Yeah, I want to build the guy with the fire sword. I think that's cool. Alright, so let's get ourselves a backpack. There's no backpacks on that one. But yeah, just so cool. So cool. Is it 140? Yeah, it's 140. No, it's 143. Where's 143? Oh, right there. Okay. Yeah, just I was blown away with that box reveal, because I was like, man, they're gonna just do a stupid thing. It's gonna have a trillion books. It's gonna be crap. And I saw the box set, and I was like, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. It was the big thing that I was like well impressed with from the reveals. And definitely something that I'm going to pick up right away. Also impressed with the boat guy. There's like a boat spirit for the Night Haunt, who's really cool. I was like, oh man, that guy's really cool. He's like got like half a broken boat that's like being carried forward by a bunch of ghosts, and he's got like this big oar, and he's like ah, and it's really good. I like it. I'm super into the boat guy. I think he's very cool as far as Nighthaunt goes. And it's nice to see Nighthaunt getting some stuff. I would kill if Nighthaunt got like drowned like sailor ghosts to go with the boat guy. As like a melee alternative to chain rasps. That would be like A+ tier in my opinion. I don't think that's gonna happen, but it would be phenomenal if it did. Like, fucking phenomenal. Alright, so let's see. We got this body here. Just the one with like the weapon up in the air. I think this guy's supposed to be the like fire guy. So he's got his flamey sword here. And we'll need to pick out some shoulder pads for him. And then he's got a Flamo sword. Oh, it's in the flamey hand. Oh, that's my pupper knocking to come in. Alright, let me get this guy's hands glued on, and then I guess I'll probably wrap up. I can go check and make sure my pupper's okay. He was just not going to come inside. I've been trying to hang out with him more because my husband hasn't been home, so I just thought he'd really need a buddy. So I've actually been building terrain and stuff down in the basement with him and painting terrain. So like the terrain that came in this Nakmon box, it's almost all done already. I've got like a couple pieces of pipe left to paint, and then it's all done. All the terrain's done. Just because I've been hanging out with him at night now instead. Nope. Alright, we'll finish this guy up, and then I'll go check him and let him in, and we'll call it after that. Alright, so we got our fire sword and our fire hand. Do we have special shoulder pads for him? It's like a Night Lord's one. That's another Night Lord's one. Yeah, I guess not. So let's find some shoulder pads. What shoulder pads does this thing say I should use? It just says use shoulder pads. Okay. It says I should use B27 as a head. Alright, let's find some shoulder pads for this guy. That would look cool. I like this one with the little chaos spike on it. I like that one. And I want him to have one that doesn't have any like icons or anything, so like maybe like this one. And I want him to have number 27 as a head. So we'll look at that after I put the shoulder pads on. So here's this and this. This one I guess should go like that. And this one will go on the other side. Okay, cool. Ah, come on, get on there. There we go. Oh, fuck, that's the wrong one. There we go. That's the right one. And this one goes on the other side. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, let's see. It wants us to give him number 27. Which one is that? Is it this one where he's got like the thing carved in his head? Do we want the one where he has the thing carved in his head? I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling that. I think it maybe like an actual helmet would be better. Let's look at our helmet options. Are they on the sprue? No. Where are the helmets? Okay, last one. There we go. Alright, so what do we got? We got like a half helmet head there. A bunch of really badass helmets. Ones with like big horns and stuff. More big horns. Guy with a top knot. What about this big horn guy here? Yeah, so I don't know if I'm feeling that one with the thing carved in the forehead, because honestly, like, when I paint these, I don't know if you'll see that. I don't know if you'll see the icon in the forehead. Alright. So what if we did, like, a helmet for this one? It's still cool. I feel like the pose still says Chaos Sorcerer, even if he has a helmet. Yeah, we'll do that. I like the head better. I like the helmet better. Yeah, I'm going to use the unhelmeted head for the leader, though. Yeah, there we go. So there's Fire Sorcerer guy. Oof. Pretty damn cool. This guy's book that's so evil you have to chain it up. My book is so fucking evil you have no idea. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna call it there though, so I'm gonna check my pup. And I guess I'll do some lunch or something. I gotta run out anyway, so get some anchors for the wall. Problem solved. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll call it there. And that's these guys, and then we built some Necron spiders as well. They're all pretty cool. But I'm gonna go ahead and we'll call it there. If you had fun, thank you for watching. Yeah, and I'll stream something tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm streaming, but I'll stream something. Yeah, but I will catch you then, and until then, keep on keeping on.